Everyone, welcome to your Universe Z, the place where we talk all about the Dragon Ball universe. Today we are going to go through Goku losing control and turning into his forbidden form after witnessing TT's death. If you would like to see more Dragon Ball content, please leave your like and subscribe to join our Universe Z. Dragon Ball sometimes presented us with some legends and possibilities regarding the culture of the series that we could not always see. After all, they were very rare things to happen, and one of them was precisely one of the most legendary and threatening transformations of all, the legend of the legendary Super Saiyan. Known and feared by many, the transformation of the legendary Super Saiyan was much more than just the golden version we know, going beyond that and taking an almost bestial side of the Saiyans that were shrouded by negative feelings, wanting to fight to the maximum without thinking twice, or rather, often, without even thinking. What is the legendary Super Saiyan, anyway? How does this transformation work and which characters have achieved it? Would it be possible for Goku to achieve this forbidden and much feared transformation? How could it happen? That's what we will discuss in today's video. First thing to think about here is the legend of the Super Saiyans. But what is it anyway? Well, the legendary Super Saiyan is an extremely powerful and rare Super Saiyan transformation that appears once every 1,000 years alongside the users. Like a berserk state, this transformation apparently has an infinite supply of energy. In this case, the B-type Super Saiyan from the Broly character's branch of Super Saiyan transformations is a type of Super Saiyan that has evolved differently from the graduated and level 2 and 3 form. It is also the final form of the standard Super Saiyan form, of which it is an enhanced version, although one source considers it to be third-degree Super Saiyan, which itself is an enhanced version of the first Super Saiyan. Vedira has stated that this state may be the true form of a Super Saiyan. The legendary Super Saiyan is a being of immense power spoken of in ancient Saiyan folklore, and Broly's form is referred to as being the legendary Super Saiyan, due to the user's love of destruction and slaughter, similar to the Super Saiyans of legend, and it is noted that perhaps this instinctive form is the true Super Saiyan spoken of in the legends, and is perhaps the true appearance and form of an origin Saiyan. We can say that a legendary Super Saiyan is nothing more than the original form of a Saiyan in its maximum form and power of branch transformation, driven by anger, sadness, and infinite will to stay in combat. As of Dragon Ball Super, he is generally referred to only as Super Saiyan in his early stages, and as Super Saiyan full strength when his apex is reached. We put together the supplemental material for the anime version of this legendary form. It can often be referred to as the Super Saiyan 2 form of the character Kale, unlike his standardized Super Saiyan form. This form is first awakened with intense greed. In Dragon Ball Super, Broly assumes this form by becoming a Super Saiyan while already in his state of pure anger. Interestingly, Kale does not require the anger state to become Super Saiyan, possibly due to the Saiyans of Universe 6 having evolved to no longer have access to the power of the Great Ape, or the anger form not being necessary to access Super Saiyan. Shin Budokai Another Road, it was strongly implied that Broly would have achieved this transformation as a way to witness and narrowly survive the destruction of planet Vedira. Noted by Kaba and Caulifla, this form is known in Universe 6 as an attacking Saiyan demon whose power constantly grows, and eventually reaches the point of killing them, meaning that the transformation cannot be used for long without risk of death. Increased beyond its initial state, the form is an extreme example of a transformation that depends on power and is therefore predictable and easy to avoid, despite its great speed. When the form begins to affect the user's health, its power and speed begin to drop dramatically. Legendary Super Saiyan form is an enhanced version of the first Super Saiyan form. Because of this, taking enough damage in this state will revert the user to the previous form. It is similar to Broly using various clothesline maneuvers. Also, unlike the third-degree Super Saiyan, this transformation causes the user to increase in height significantly. Increase in power given from this form is not exactly confirmed, although according to one guide this form is stronger than an ordinary Super Saiyan can be felt from Kami's gazebo. Broly was shown to take extremely powerful attacks without flinching, meaning he was at least twice as strong as the Z warriors who fought him. Unlike the third-degree version, the speed of the legendary Super Saiyan is first class, being demonstrated by Broly in this form, such as when he was able to effortlessly dodge a combined front from both Goku and Piccolo, but weaker than Super Saiyan 2. In this form, Broly's power, speed, strength, energy, and endurance increased dramatically, exceeding the power of the Dragon team at the time they fought him. According to V-Jump, Broly's power level in this form during his battle against the Z Warriors on new planet Vedira was around 1,400,000,000. In the Dragon Ball Super anime, Kale in this form is able to overpower Goku's Super Saiyan Blue, although later in the tournament his most powerful controlled state is only shown fighting on Par with Goku's Super Saiyan God form. In the manga, Kale's power in this form is strong enough to take down the non-serious Golden Frieza, as well as break the guard of Super Saiyan Blue perfected Goku, although Frieza noted that he could defeat her if he got serious. After she grew even stronger, she was able to knock Top and Vedira's perfect Super Saiyan Blue out of the tournament arena at the same time, taking out most of the fighters, including several of her own teammates, such as Vegeta, whom she threw out of the arena, as well as Universe 3 Fusion Agnilasa, though a combination of her berserker mentality and effectively being weakened and by her own power affecting her makes her fight against the lesser Pride Trooper. In Dragon Ball Super, Broly is powerful enough that in the early version of this state he is able to simultaneously overpower Goku and Vegeta while they were in the Super Saiyan Blue state in the movie, fight Golden Frieza for an hour, and then fight alongside Super Saiyan Gogeta. However, even after reaching full power, he is no match for Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. In the manga, he is able to dominate Goku and Vegeta together in their perfect blue Super Saiyan forms, but is easily defeated by Gogeta in the transformation we mentioned before. Users of the legendary Super Saiyan form, or at least Broly, seem to have enhanced regenerative abilities and healing factor compared to normal Saiyans. This form is the B-type of the Broly Super Saiyan forms, and is the most powerful Super Saiyan form of the three basic types. The B-type Super Saiyan form is referred to as being the legendary Super Saiyan due to the user's love of destruction and slaughter, just like the Super Saiyans of legend. Users of this form have a heavy fighting style, using crushing and grabbing moves to dominate their opponents, rather than a lot of quick, powerful punches and kicks like most other fighters in the series. His energy is also unique, being a shade of green, although Paragus also has green ki. The physical dexterity and strength of the form were also significant, even by Saiyan standards, which is demonstrated with Broly being able to not only lift but even crush an attack pod with his bare hands despite being heavily armored, as well as Kale in the manga being able to easily lift Automagetta despite weighing over 1,000 tons. Legendary Super Saiyan form reaches its most powerful form when it reaches its final form, referred to as Super Saiyan total power. The potential of this form far exceeds the golden-haired Super Saiyan state. In this state, the user increases even more and his hair changes from golden to a bright emerald green. This full power form was created by Naohiro Shintani for the movie and as such does not exist in the manga version of events. In his appearances in the Dragon Ball Z movie, it was implied that Broly's golden-haired version of the legendary Super Saiyan form was the full power version of the state. There are also legendary Super Saiyan equivalents for the Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 forms. Legendary Super Saiyan who can assume a divine form also achieves a very different state than Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue. Goku is a character who is hardly in serious mode. He is someone who loves combat and is always looking to get stronger in some way, whether it is to protect the Earth or just to face an opponent he wishes to overcome. That said, it is undeniable to say that in order for him to reach the legendary Super Saiyan form, a few things would need to happen. First of these is that he would need to go through a very painful situation that would cause him to fill not only with anger but with intense sadness, causing him to awaken a power so deep within himself that it would cause him to transform into a bestial being. And what better situation could this awakening be than the death of someone very important to him? For example, the death of TT. It's pretty tough to think what Goku's reaction would be like in this situation, but he would probably be in a mix of shock, moving into a deep anger and seriousness that would lead him into a glorious power transformation. At this point, the legendary transformation could come more easily should he reach the pure fury of a Super Saiyan, putting aside his conscience to focus completely on defeating the one who caused his wife's death. Since we are talking about Goku, he would possibly only awaken his legendary form at the end of the fight, after much wear and tear. Perhaps he would even be able to mix one or even two forms at once, as if using superior instinct during his legendary transformation. In this way, as always, our protagonist would reach a new level of power, however, accompanied by an unimaginable loss. But it could be circumvented with the Dragon Spheres, as these situations always work in Dragon Ball, don't they? What about you? Do you think Goku would be able to achieve a legendary transformation? Although it is something only awakened in one sea in every 1,000 years, maybe it would be possible for Goku to bypass this and become a great exception, as we always see him overcome his limits every season. Do you think it would be possible? Leave in the comments your opinion about it. That's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for videos, don't forget to comment here below, because I'll be reading all of them as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your Universe Z.